Namaste all, welcome. Happy Ram Navami to everybody. Today it was Ram Navami here. It was Ram Navami in India yesterday. And so what we celebrate is the birth of Shri Rama, the avatar of Mahavishnu. The seventh avatar, more specifically, we will talk about it a little bit later. But as always, let's go ahead and get started with our Om and initial mantras. You will find all that in the description section below this video. So take a look if you want to. We will sing a couple of bhajans. But I've loaded this up mostly with shlokas today. That is for Rama and also for Hanuman if we have time. We'll do that. And then Amma will sing a song in Marathi and I will sing a song in also Marathi actually. And I'll explain what the meaning of all that is. Welcome to this Ram Navami satsang. Can somebody please let me know whether you can hear me properly? Last time we had some volume issues and I hope we don't have any volume issues. I'm just checking your comments. Make sure that everything is okay. Okay. Somebody said, Samaro said they can hear clearly. That's good. I can hear you fine. All right. So I'm going to assume everybody can hear me fine. So I will now put this away and we can start. Okay. So please sit straight and we will do 3 Oms and then we'll do these quick mantras and then we'll jump right into Rama specific bhajans and Rama specific mantras. Okay? All right. Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gum Gurubhyo Namaha. Eim Saraswatyai Swaaha. Shreem Maha Lakshmyai Namaha. Dum Durgaayai Namaha. Kleem Kaalikaayai Namaha. Ram Ramaaya Namaha. Kleem Krishnaaya Namaha. Excuse me. Shri Rama Jaya Rama. Jaya Jaya Rama Om. Shri Rama Jaya Rama. Jaya Jaya Rama Om. Shri Rama Jaya Rama. Jaya Jaya Rama Om. Shri Rama Jaya Rama. Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Rama Jaya Rama 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 Jaya Jaya Rama सियावर रामचंद्र की जय सद्गुरु महाराज की जय पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय. So these are the mantras. You will notice that Radha is not here today. The reason for that is because she is out with the bronchitis. So she's had a incessant coughing for the last 5 days or so. It's improving now, but she's still coughing. Bronchitis takes a while before it goes away. I hope I'm not catching anything, but I didn't feel that. Just some dust or something. So we'll do the bhajan now in Dadra. Let me see here. Let me set that. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram. Chant the name divine, be calm. Sing the name with all thy prem. Make, O mind, the Om thy home. Take thou shelter in God's name. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram forgives, Shri Ram protects. Shri Ram bestows eternal peace. Shri Ram, our Lord, compassionate. On Ram, O mind, always meditate. On Ram, O mind. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram. Shri Ram showers His supreme grace. Shri Ram gives us eternal bliss. Shri Ram destroys all lust and sins. Shri Ram, our Lord, always loves us. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Rama Mantra takes us across. It saved Kabir and Tulasidas. Lord Shiva taught this to his spouse. Lord Shiva taught this to his spouse. This Taraka Mantra makes you das. This Taraka Mantra makes you das. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Siyavar Ramachandra ki Jai. So, I want us to dig a little bit deeper into this particular bhajan because it encapsulates all the great things about this Taraka Mantra, the last line. This Taraka Mantra makes you das, right? So, what does that mean? Okay, let's start from the last line and work backwards for a second. Okay, I don't have a big lecture planned today, so don't expect anything of a big surprise. I don't have any hidden stories from the Ramayana and all that. Because again, I wanted to concentrate today not so much on talking, but on just doing celebration with the different mantras and bhajans, okay? But still, it's important to keep certain things in mind. First of all, the Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. Okay. Many people say Ram. Ram with the M, no A, destroys the mantra. Okay. That is not the correct way of saying. You could be North Indian and then you try to disagree with me. It is known as 13 syllabled mantra. And you're taking one of the syllables out each time you say Ram. Okay, I'm sorry for all the North Indian people, but that is not how it is. Rama. So Shri Rama, I'll count it in my tabla way. Shri Rama, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. That's 13. This is 12 plus 1, 13. 13 syllabled mantra is what this is known as. While in the West, 13 is a very unlucky number. It turns out that for we Indians and for Hindus, because of Taraka Mantra, the 13 syllabled Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama, 13 is a very lucky number because it represents Rama through this mantra. They say that there is no difference between Rama and the Taraka Mantra. Okay? In other words, there is no difference between God and His Word and God. So God is Word, Word is God. That's what this means. Okay? So why is it called Taraka Mantra, this 13 syllabled mantra? Why is it called Taraka? Because Taraka means to transcend, okay? So this mantra allows you, with practice, okay, with practice, it allows you to transcend or go beyond your current circumstances, your current ego, your current identification, your current mind, okay, and the whole little world that you have going on. It allows you to transcend and go well beyond that with the use of this mantra. That's why it's called Taraka Mantra. Okay? And Amma always says in her programs, she has always said, you can sing the Taraka Mantra, Om Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama, anywhere, anytime, by anyone, regardless of whether they have purified themselves or not. There's no practice that is necessary. Okay? You can sing it anytime, anywhere, but not lip service. My father always used to say that it is important when you write Rama Mantra or you do a japa, Om Shri Rama, using a bead like this, 108 times, Om Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama, again Om Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. So you keep doing this 108 times. The idea is, this is called japa. The idea there is to allow that mantra to slowly sink in to your consciousness, right? It should not be said with no concentration or no context. In other words, you just say Shri Rama Jaya Rama, but your mind is someplace else, right? On all the activities that you need to do, or you're imagining something that that may happen, or how uncomfortable you are by sitting here, and all these things. All that needs to go away. Okay? So it's very important that you keep your mind in this. As you can see here, right? Sing the name with all thy prem. Instructions are right there. Right? Chant the name divine, be calm. Okay? So you have to be calm. In our Sanskrit, it's called Shanti. Right? So you basically try to achieve calmness using this mantra. Okay? Chant the name divine and that will calm you down. Or be calm and then chant. But you cannot sing these mantras of the name of God without having a level of reverence, a level of devotion, a level of gratitude. So that's why sing the name with all thy prem. Okay? And then, when you're doing japa, as I just mentioned, make, O mind, right, the Om thy home. And then take thou shelter in God's name. So this is what it is. So if you look at this, these are, this song, I love it because it encapsulates the power of Rama, the power of Rama Mantra. By the way, today is the Ram Navami. Different people, I heard, celebrate it in different ways across India. However, our original source, Valmiki Ramayana, basically says Ram Navami is when Rama avatar took place. The incarnation of Rama took place. Okay? Namely, Rama was born. Okay? So that's what it is. So that's why we celebrate it. Rama and Krishna are the two main, okay, and highly popular, highly celebrated avatars of Vishnu because of what they taught. We'll get into that in a few minutes. But look at the power of Shri Rama, right? Shri Ram forgives, Shri Ram protects, Shri Ram bestows eternal peace. So those who sing Shri Rama, right, will always have that Shanti or calmness and peace under all circumstances. There are all kinds of things going on in life, right? So it's very important for us to have a center, okay? That center is achieved by the help or by using Rama Mantra, okay? No matter what happens, you have the ability, if you practice this, you have the ability to always stay centered around that mantra, around Rama, and allow all the other things to happen around you without it breaking you, okay? So this is what this means. Shri Ram bestows eternal peace. Shri Rama, our Lord, who is compassionate, right? On Ram, O mind, always meditate. And always is you have to underline it. Okay? So Shri Rama Mantra is something that you can do always, literally always. It can go on in the mind. As you know, with japa, okay, a related concept is initially when you start japa, Om Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. Again you sing Om Shri Ram. By the time you do like your 10th one, your mind is someplace else. But with practice, you keep doing Om Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama until you lose yourself in the mantra. Okay? So that is the ultimate idea. But initially you start out by singing it aloud. Okay? And then you go and whisper it, you are just mouthing it. You are not actually making any noise. Om Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama only comes out of your lip movement. There's no sound. Okay? As you get a little bit more absorbed. Ultimately, it's only done in the mind. Okay? Without any break. You're continuously singing Om Shri Rama Jaya Rama in your mind. And then the last step is Ramanama is going on in your head 24/7, no matter what. Okay? So that's what happens. So this is what it is. On Ram, O mind, always meditate. Right? Shri Ram showers his supreme grace. Shri Ram gives us eternal bliss. Shri Ram destroys all lust and sins. Lust should not be thought about just as a physical relationship only. People lust for fame, status, promotions, recognition, honor, things, right? Fancy luxury items. These are all things that is encapsulated in lust. So Sri Ram destroys all lust and sins. Remember, sins here means karma, right? What's so great about destroying lust? We kind of like it as humans, right? But the problem, remember I said last time and for many live streams, satsangs that we've done, that desire, Bhagavatam says, with any lust, with any desire, with any want, if you don't have it, if you don't fulfill it, our mind gets angry and frustrated because you can't have what you want. Okay? You want a big villa in a nice tropical place, maybe the French Riviera or some Italian Riviera or something. You want a big fancy place, fully furnished, very beautiful, with people serving you left and right. And anytime you go out, the weather is beautiful. You're on the beach. You can have beautiful things. That's a desire. That's a type of lust. Okay? If you cannot have it, you get angry and frustrated. But if you do have it, then you want more. This is what Bhagavatam says. This is the problem with lust and desires. If you fulfill it, you want more of it until you get jaded from all those things that you just got. Now you want more and more and more. So you cannot put out that fire. Okay? But if you don't get it, you have this other problem of getting angry and frustrated. This Rama Mantra, basically, what it says here is basically quells that. Okay? You don't have such lust and sins because your mind is focused on something higher. So that's what this means. Okay? And so finally, Sri Ram Mantra takes us across. Across what? Across the ocean known as Bhava. Okay? Bhava Sagara it is called. It takes us across the ocean of birth, death, birth, death, birth, death. These millions of lives where we keep going round and round and round, being born, going through life as many species. It's not just human. And ultimately we die only to be reborn, again going through it, and we die only to be reborn. So this is known as the ocean of samsara, or ocean of rebirth, right? And as long as we keep on being reborn, we keep on accumulating karma, which guarantees that we'll be reborn. So the sages have found out how to get out of this ocean, how to have permanent peace, permanent happiness, permanent bliss. Okay? And what this says is Shri Rama Mantra takes us across that ocean. Okay? So there's a lot of things packed in here. So what are the examples? Kabir Das, Tulsi Das, it saved both of them, never to be reborn. And Lord Shiva himself taught to Parvati the greatness of Rama Mantra, this same Rama Mantra. Om Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. This Parvati used to do Vishnu Sahasranama, that is to say 1000 names of Mahavishnu before she ate any food. Shiva told her, you don't need to do all that. One Om Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama is equivalent to 1000 names of Vishnu. So you just imagine the power of that. Okay? It's really fantastic. That is why it's called Taraka Mantra. And what does it do? Ultimately, by making you transcend your context, your ego, your mind, your intellect, everything, you transcend above your situation, and you see God in God's true nature, and that will make you a servant of such a God because of Almighty God. You understand? So this Das. So whenever we say Das, it is servant. And Haridasas, such as Sant Keshava Das, Sant Achyut Das, Sant Purandara Das, and all the Dasas, Haridasas, they consider it as the highest honor that one devotee can have, to be the servant of God. Okay? So a lot of concepts are packed right into this very small, seemingly simple bhajan. So I hope you will practice this. You can watch the video and practice it over if you like. So now I'm going to, in honor of the greatest Das, right, of them all, for Sri Rama, we have a few Hanuman mantras that I've put up here so that we can sing it together. I'll sing it first and you can sing it after me. Aditya. And then after this, Amma will sing a beautiful Marathi bhajan. How sangta te mig maksh sang laga. Manojavam sang Maruta Tulya Vegam. Let's try to do 2 words at a time if I can. I'm used to doing the entire line, but for the sake of you being able to follow this. Manojamam Maruta Tulya Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhi. The breakdown is not right, so I'm going to try and do a different thing. Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtam Vatatmajam Vanarayuta Mukhyam Shri Rama Dutam Shirasa Namami Shri Rama Dutam Shirasa Namami. These are all very, very powerful Hanuman mantras. If you have low energy, if you have low Shakti basically, right, or low motivation, whatever it may be, or health issues, it is said that Hanuman shlokas, these, okay, will help you greatly, because Hanuman energy is that way. It's unlimited power, absolutely unlimited power, unlimited energy. That's what this is. And unlimited health. Hanuman is one of the ever-living masters of the Himalayas. He never went to Vaikuntha with Rama, always stayed here, and it is said that wherever Rama Mantra is sung, Hanuman in some form or another is going to be there to listen to you. Okay? Which we will come to in a minute. Anjaneyamati Patalananam. Angpada. Anjaneyamati Patalananam. Kanchanadri Kamaniya Vigraham. Kanchanadri Kamaniya Vigraham. Parijata Tarumulavasinam. Bhavayami Pavamananandanam. Bhavayami Pavamananandanam. Yatra yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam. Yatra yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam. Tatra tatra Kritamastakāñjalim. Bhashpavari Paripurnalocanam. Marutim Namatu Rakshasantakam. Marutim Namatu Rakshasantakam. Marutim Namatu Rakshasantakam. So this is, I'm not going to translate everything, but this last one is definitely in point or on point with what I was trying to say earlier. Yatra yatra Raghunatha. Raghunatha is another name for Rama, right? Yatra yatra means wherever, right? Yatra yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam. So that is to say, wherever Rama's name is chanted, wherever Rama's name is sung, wherever we do bhajans of Rama or shlokas of Rama, tatra tatra Kritamastakāñjalim. Right? So, wherever that is done, there shall be this Hanuman. Okay? Bhashpavari Paripurna Lochanam. What that means is Bhashpavari Paripurna, which means that Hanuman is usually there with eyes welled up from his devotion to Rama. Okay? Marutim Namatu Rakshasantakam. This same Maruti is another name for Hanuman. So we salute or we do namaskar to Maruti, who destroys all the evil. Okay? So if you have evil spirits or evil influences or some influence that you cannot explain, Maruti or Hanuman destroys that. So these are the powerful mantras of Hanuman. You can listen to it and practice it if you like. So I'll have Amma sing a very beautiful song in Marathi language. And this is something she's sung pretty much all her life. But now, as she's aging, she's forgetting some of the words, so I'll help her with that. I have it printed out. Yeah. तू माझा यजमान
Rama, tu माझा यजमान Rama तलनी जठरे रक्षयले माझ्या जननी जठरे रक्षयले माझ्या पोसुनी पंचये प्राण श्री रामा पोसुनी पंचये प्राण श्री रामा तू माझा यजमान रामा तू माझा यजमान रामा ऐसे असता या पोटाचे ऐसे असता या पोटाचे राम 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 ऐसे असता या पोटाचे या करू चिंता जान श्री रामा का करू चिंता जान श्री रामा तू माझा यजमान रामा तू माझा यजमान रामा मुनीश्वर स्वामी रमापते माधमुनीश्वर स्वामी रमापते राम 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 माधवमुनीश्वर स्वामी रमापते धरि माझा अभिमान रामा धरि माझा अभिमान रामा तू माझा यजमान रामा तू माझा यजमान श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
एक्सप्लेन करी तू माझा यजमान कसं म्हणून एक्सप्लेन करी पडा
तू माझा यजमान Rama. He's telling Hanuman, he's telling, Lord Rama, you are my yajamana. Yajamana means boss. Lord. Janane jatare rakshayale maja. When we are protected, when we are in the womb, in mother's womb, from that time also, Lord protected us, Rama protected us. Janani jatari rakshiyale maja posune panchahi prana. All the 5 pranas are protected by him, God, Rama. Bahir. Aise asata hya potache. When it is there, then also we are worried about our, what you call, ourselves for the food. Aise asata hya potache. Ka karu chinta jane Shri Rama. So we are all worried about our, food. These things like that. Ka karu chinta jane Shri Rama. So we worried about ourselves to get the food for us and everything. So, Madhvamunishwara Swami Ramapati. Madhvamunishwara Swami Ramapati. Dhari Maja Abhiman. So, Madhvamunishwara. Dhari Maja Abhiman. Means, we always pray to God to give us whatever we want. And Abhiman Madakasana. Protect us.
Vishwas.
Vishwas means ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಸರ್
Faith.
ಫೇತ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಗಿವ್ ಮೀ ಫೇತ್ ಆನ್ ಯು ಗಾಡ್ ಬ್ಲೆಸ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಗಿವ್ ಮೀ ಎ ಫೇತ್ ಆನ್ ಯು to chant the name of God is very important in our life. When you chant the name of God, God will be there behind you to protect. That is why Shri Rama, Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Rama, Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama. You chant the name of God, God is behind you always to protect you. So God bless. This look like a very simple, but the Rama Nama is very powerful and he protects his votaries. That's why, thank you.
So let's move on. Within the down in your description, there is a mantra here. Apadamapahartaram. We'll start with that, and then we'll move on into the bhajan that's there that my father wrote. Govinda Rama. Okay, simple bhajans today. आपदामपहर्तारम् आपदामपहर्तारं सांगा दातारं सर्वसम्पदाम् लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् भूयो भूयो Namamyaham. This mantra is also extremely powerful. Apadamapahartaram. Remove all this Rama Mantra, and Rama himself is someone who removes all the negativity, all the bad things, all the evil spirits, all the things that happen to us. Right? Apadamapahartaram. Collectively you put all the evil on one side, Rama on the other side, all that is destroyed. Okay? By this Rama mantra. Apadamapahartaram. Rama himself destroys that. And then what? Dataram sarvasampadam. So Rama gives all. Sarva means all. Sampadam, all wealth, all prosperity. Remember we said there are 8 types of prosperity and beyond. So every kind of prosperity that we can imagine, health, wealth, progeny or children, having a good family life, everything, all the happiness is provided by Shri Rama. So apadamapahartaram dataram sarvasampadam lokabhiramam Shri Ramam bhuyo bhuyo namamyaham. So this Lord of the universe known as Rama, by the way, the word Rama and Rama mean the same thing, the most beautiful. Rama is male, Rama is female. Okay, it means the most beautiful. So Lokabhiramam, universal Lord Rama, Shri Ramam, Bhuyo Bhuyo, again and again, we come and do namaskar to you as humbly as we can. That's what that means. It's a very powerful mantra. A lot of things get lost in translation, especially my translation, which is really not up to par to handle these types of things. But anyway, I just wanted to give you the gist of it regardless. Okay, let's go into the bhajan and we'll sing it each line twice. Angas pada, sangta. Ek padi sangta to next time. Go. This is too fast, so I'm going to slow down. Govinda Rama, Jaya Jaya Gopal Rama. Govinda Govinda Rama, Jaya Jaya Gopal Rama. Govinda Shyam Manohar Sundar Sukhakara Kodanda Rama, Jaya Jaya Kodanda Rama, Jaya Jaya Kodanda Rama. Raghava Rama, Jaya Jaya Yadava Rama. Raghava Raghava Rama, Jaya Jaya Yadava Rama. Sada Bhayakara Sita Manohara Sada Bhayakara Sita Manohara Pattabhirama Jaya Jaya Pattabhirama Jaya Jaya Pattabhirama. Achyuta Rama Jaya Jaya Akshara Rama. Achyuta Achyuta Rama Jaya Jaya Akshara Rama. Achyuta Anjaneyastu tadasa kesavanuta Anjaneyastu tadasa kesavanuta Anjaneya Anjaneyastu tadasa kesavanuta Anjaneyastu tadasa kesavanuta Anjaneyastu Paramatma Rama Jaya 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 Paramatma Rama. Govinda Rama Jaya Jaya Gopal Rama. Govinda Rama Jaya Jaya Gopal Rama. Jaya Jaya Shyam Manohar Sundar Sukhakara Kodanda Rama, Jaya Jaya Kodanda Rama. He Ram, 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 He Ram. Raghu Ramachandra Maharaj ki Jai. So this song has both Rama's name and Krishna's name to basically indicate that it is still the same Mahavishnu in incarnation. So we start out with Govinda, which is not associated with Rama at all. Govinda is Krishna. Whenever you just simply say Govinda, it means Krishna. Whereas if you say, look at all the names here, Govinda, Rama, not associated. Govinda is usually Krishna. But yet, my father has put in here Govinda, Rama, Jaya Jaya, Gopala again, namely Krishna. So he's trying to show that he's the same, not different. Shyama Manohara Sundara Sukhakara Kodanda Rama. Kodanda Rama finally is the proper incarnation of Rama. Right? So Raghava Rama and then Yadava Rama. Sada Abhayakara means one who always gives us holiness, auspiciousness, and well-being. Such a Rama that we are praying to. Achyuta Rama and Akshara Rama effectively mean the same thing. That is indestructible. Okay? Cannot be destroyed. Akshara. Akshara means to be destroyed. Akshara means the opposite. And you can see Anjaneya Stuta. Anjaneyam is another name for Hanuman. Okay? So one who is always worshipped by that greatest dasa known as Hanuman. Okay? Who is now also worshipped or prayed to by Keshavadas. Paramatma Rama. That is to say, the highest form of God is that Rama. So that's that bhajan in a nutshell. Now let's get into these very powerful mantras of Rama himself, and then I'll sing a bhajan if we have time. I don't know whether we have time. We'll see. Shri Rama Rama Rameti. This mantra is the exact mantra that was taught. Remember, I mentioned earlier in the bhajan, Lord Shiva taught this to his spouse. This is the exact mantra that Shiva used to teach Parvati about the power of Rama Mantra. So let's do it. Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane. So this mantra is the one where Shri Rama Rama Rameti right? Rame Rame Manor. There's a play on words here. Rame Rame Manorame. Manorama is a very beautiful one, right? So Shiva is calling Parvati Manorama, right? If Shekhar is still there, I remember you saying that this is your favorite mantra because Manorama was your mom's name. I remember that, and that's wonderful. So, but Manorama doesn't really refer to Parvati. Manorama is someone who is very beautiful, right? So, Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame. So, Shiva is basically saying that sing the name of Rama, right? Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame. So, in a nutshell, sing the holy name of Rama, or that Taraka Mantra that we talked about earlier. That is equivalent to Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane. So that's equivalent to 1000 names of Mahavishnu. So that's good enough for now. Let's get to the next mantra. Shri Raghavam Dasharathatmajam. Okay, so it's correct. I thought I made a typo. Shri Raghavam Dasharathatmajam Aprameyam Sitapatim Raghukunanvaya Ratnadipam Ajanubahum Aravindadalayataaksham Ramam Nishachara Vinashakaram Namami Vinashakaram Namami Ramam Nishachara Vinashakaram Namami. So, I'll just give you a gist of it. I don't want to translate everything. So, Rama, who is born of Dasharatha, okay, who is the light of that Raghukula or the lineage. So, someone who was born with tremendous power, tremendous physical prowess, and very beautiful to look at. Such a Rama, okay, will destroy Nishachakaram Vinashakaram Namami. So he'll destroy all the evil, as we know from that original song, right? Shri Ram protects, Shri Ram forgives, etc. We have that. Next mantra. This is written by Sant Tulsidas. This is not a Sanskrit, it's not from a Sanskrit text per se. This is written by Sant Tulsidas. Neelambuja Shamala Komalangam Sita Samaropita Vamabhagam Pano Mahasayaka Charu Chapam Pano Mahasayaka Charu Chapam Pano Mahasayaka Namami Ramam Raghuvamshanatham Namami Ramam Raghuvamshanatham Raghuvamshanatham. So again, just the gist of it. Neelambuja Shamala Komalangam. Neela means blue. So the color of infinity is blue. So our avatars are always in a poster and in description. They are considered as blue in color. So Neelambuja Shyamala Komalangam. Very beautiful to look at. Very beautiful blue colored Rama. Okay, not this blue, but a much lighter. You'll have to see the posters. Sita Samaropita Vamabhagam. He has Sita on his left side. So he's giving us that darshan of that avatar of Rama, blue infinite color, and Lakshmi on his left side as Sita. Pano Mahasayaka Charu Chapam Namami Ramam Raghuvamshanatham Namami Ramam Raghuvamshanatham. Now this line, Pano Mahasayaka Charu Chapam, I don't know what it means. If somebody has any idea or you want to look it up, let me know. Namami Ramam Raghuvamshanatham means we come and do namaskar to that great Rama who is the light, who is the Lord of Raghu Vamsha, okay, or that lineage. Next mantra. Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedhase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Om Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. Raghu Ramachandra Maharaj ki jai. So these are all the really amazing mantras of Sri Rama. Let me turn to a quick bhajan. It turned out that there was a Marathi saint by the name of Samartha Ramadas. And in the name itself, his name is Ramadas, right? That means he is the servant of Rama. He was a great devotee of Rama. And this is history, right? Samartha Ramadas is not a mythical figure or anything like that. He was always singing bhajans at a time where there were a lot of Advaita philosophy people who considered themselves as very smart, very intelligent, and therefore they don't need to do any devotion to God because they are on that oneness track. Everything is God, therefore I am God, aham brahmasmi. So they were walking around with tremendous ego, really, more than anything. Before you say that aham brahmasmi, there must be a realization and a complete transformation with no ego. However, a lot of these guys were running around basically as academics, teaching Advaita, saying everything is God and I am God, you are God, everything is God, and so on. And when they came across Samartha Ramadasa, who was a devotee who was always singing the name of Rama and Rama only, they said, what gives? What's up with you? Why don't you convert to what we are doing? Okay, give up all this useless emotional nonsense. Okay, come meditate with us, realize what we have realized, and that way you don't have to sing to somebody else. You will realize that you and that Almighty formless, nameless God are the same, Advaita. So why don't you come do that? So said some of these Advaita philosophy people. So to which Samartha Ramdasa sings this very beautiful song. Let me pull it up so that I don't mess up the words. It's a very famous song that Bhimsen Joshi, a very great singer, has sung. It's sung in all households who know anything about Bhimsen Joshi at all, right? So let me see. But I found it particularly. So we'll go with this. Okay, let's try. रामाचे भजन तेची माझे ज्ञान रामाचे भजन तेची माझे ध्यान तेणे समाधान तेणे समाधान तेणे समाधान तेणे समाधान पावईने रामाचे भजन तेची माझे ध्यान. So let me explain what that means. So Rama che bhajana, to those guys who are trying to tell him, give up all this emotional nonsense, devotion to Rama, what are you singing about constantly? He said, no, I'm not going to sit with you for doing meditation and all that. He says that the name, holy name of Rama itself is my meditation. Rama che bhajana, Rama's bhajan, that itself is my dhyana. Okay? Tene samadhana pavaine, that itself allows me to reach a status of samadhana, complete calmness, complete unity, complete equanimity. That's what he is saying. Isn't it beautiful? So this is the attitude and the thinking and the philosophy behind the Haridasas or saints. Now let's get to the next couple of stanzas. After this bhajan, we'll sing the Tomeyo Mata and finish up. Ramasi varnita dehi videhata Ramasi varnita dehi videhata Ramasi varnita dehi videhata Zali tanmayata sahajachi Ramache bhajana teche माझे ज्ञान. So again, let me stop here. Sorry for keep on stopping. I don't have a good, nice, smooth way of stopping all this. So what he says is, Ramasi varnita, as I describe the presence and the form of Rama, as I describe it to you, as I do the varnana, I go into an out-of-body state, okay, known as videha. I'm not any longer my ego, my mind, my intellect or anything like that. I have an out-of-body experience as I describe that form of Rama. That's what it says. It's plain, absolutely plain and clear, right? Jali tanmayata sahajachi. So I become tanmaya, that is to say, I become completely engrossed but it's not done with a lot of mental practice and lot of constriction, okay? Lot of constraints and lot of effort. It happens casually. So as I describe Rama, I have an out of body, then I have this tanmaya or engrossment, and it happens casually. That is the power of Rama and the devotion to Rama. Isn't it wonderful? So a lot of us, we grew up singing these things, again casually, not really paying too much attention to the words and what it means in its spiritual context. So let's get to the next two stanzas. राघवाचे रूप ते माझे स्वरूप, राघवाचे रूप ते माझे स्वरूप, ते माझे स्वरूप, राघवाचे रूप ते माझे स्वरूप, तेणे सुख रूप, तेणे सुख रूप निरंतर, रामाचे भजन तेचे माझे ध्यान, रामाचे भजन तेचे माझे ध्यान. So let me try to describe this, also wonderful. Raghavache Rupa, or Raghava is the another name for Rama, right? When I describe or see the form of Rama, right? When I see the form of Rama, there is no difference between me and Rama, because I feel that I am Rama, right? It is my true inner nature, my Swarupa, right? Raghavache Rupa, te majhe Swarupa, right? There's no difference. You guys talk about Advaita and all that. It happens casually, okay? As I think about, as I meditate upon Rama and I just sing it, and I see the form of Rama, I don't see any difference between Rama and me. Raghavache Rupa, te majhe Swarupa, right? Tene sukha rupa nirantara. That Rupa or that form is very satisfying, very comforting. It makes me happy. Always, nirantara, eternally happy. Okay? Then finally, last stanza is here. I will sing that. रामदास म्हणे मज येणे गती, रामदास म्हणे मज येणे गती, रामदास म्हणे मज येणे गती, राम सीतापतीचे, राम सीतापतीचे, राम सीता, राम सीतापतीचे नामे, रामाचे भजन तेचे माझे ध्यान, रामाचे भजन तेचे माझे ध्यान, तेणे समाधान, तेणे समाधान, तेणे समाधान, पावईने रामाचे भजन तेचे माझे ध्यान. सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय. So let me translate this last one if I can, and then we'll wrap it up with Tvameva Mata Cha and finish. So Ramadasa Mane, that is to say, Samartha Ramadasa is saying, Maja Yene Gati, that is, this is the only destination that I have, right? I don't need anything else. I'm very happy, satisfied with everything. So Rama Nama gives me everything that I want, makes me happy. It gives me that unity and equanimity. It gives me the oneness with Rama, okay, and so on. Rama Sita Patiche Ni Name. So that's all, okay. There's not much to translate here. So I think you get the point and the power of Rama. So instead of telling the same story of Rama that everybody knows, which I can do some other time, or you can go back last year and take a look to see the basic story of Rama. One thing I do want to note is the Rama avatar was intended by Mahavishnu to come here and destroy the two evil brothers of Ravana and Kumbhakarna, okay, who were in fact Jaya and Vijaya, the gatekeepers of Mahavishnu. They got a curse from the Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanat Kumara and Sanat Sujata because they were insulted by these two gatekeepers. So they cursed them to take incarnations on earth. So anyway, so this is one of their incarnations as Ravana and Kumbhakarna. Rama avatar partially was intended to destroy those two. But the incarnation was not to show off that I am Vishnu and Mahavishnu all the time. The idea here was to show how to behave under a moral code of conduct for a Kshatriya. Okay? This is why Rama is known as the ultimate example of dharma. There is no one greater to show how to perform your duty. Usually performing your duty means that you have to sacrifice something, right? And Rama showed the big things that he sacrificed, right? His father gave his word to one of his wives, and so she asked that favor that Rama be exiled and not be made king. So for 14 years, long 14 years, he was exiled, and he didn't make any promises. It was his father who made a promise to one of his wives. So one of his stepmom, okay, in order to honor the dad's promise, in order for the dad to be able to keep up his promise, he gave up the kingdom and he took Vanavasa for 14 years. 14 years is a long time to stay in a jungle, okay, with no idea as to which way you are going other than through the sun and stars, with a lot of insect bites, a lot of snakes, and a lot of danger. So Lakshmana came along with him, and Sita went with him as well. Sita was a princess, and Rama was set to be king. So 14 years, this is all sacrifice. So the point I'm trying to make is the Ramayana is full of sacrifices that Rama makes and always does the right thing in spite of great, tremendous personal sacrifice. So the entire avatar is defined by how to perform dharma under all circumstances, no matter what happens, and at the same time remaining calm, remaining centered, remaining perfectly whole. Okay? Not broken. That's what this is. So Rama avatar is marked by that. So let me take a look at your comments, and I'll read those out and I'll respond to anything if necessary, and then we'll finish up. All right. So Shekhar is here. Oh, good, Shekhar. I saw your name earlier. Just quickly, thanks for joining us. He says, can't wait for another session of Bhakti and Mukti to start, Shyam. Radha and Mai. Radha is not here today, of course. As I said, she has bronchitis. She's recovering from that. 5 days of antibiotics, and now some other pill that the doctor gave her so that she doesn't feel as much pain as she's coughing. She's okay now. She's much better. But she was afraid that if she sat next to me today and she starts coughing, it's not a good look. So she said, why don't you go ahead? And Samaro is saying they can hear it clearly, so that's perfectly fine. Thank you so much. Daya, Ram and Padma are here. And happy Ram Navami from Padma and Daya Ram. Thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate all of you. And Lorena is here. Namaste to all. Lorena, thank you for joining us all the way from Ireland. And Maria Mahalakshmi is here. I think you are from Seattle, if I'm not mistaken, or at least maybe Washington. I'm not sure. Let me know. Thank you for the program. So good to see all of you again. Thank you. Lorena says 13 means transformation, dead of the little ego and transcend like rebirth. Yes, that's true. So 13 in Ramayana terms is actually a very holy number as far as we're concerned, right? Geeta says, Happy Ram Navami, Rama's birthday. Thank you, Geeta. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. And then Mirabai and Krishnadas are here. They say, Om and Prem, beloved Shyam and Mother, please give our love to Radha. We are sending loving healing prayers for her and your whole family. Thanks so much. We appreciate it. I'll most certainly let her know. We are so grateful for the clear meaning of the Rama Mantra. Thanks so much. And Lorena is saying, fantastic, Shyam, great insight, phenomenal. Thank you. Everything I learned is just a very, very small amount that I learned. Even though I was serving under my father for so long, it's amazing how many things I don't know that he actually said. It's just now I'm having to recollect some of these things and listen to him again to try and bring these points again. Again, all the Guru's entire teachings are in his songs mostly, and then in books and other things. But the books and other things are not as powerful, let me tell you, as many of the songs that he wrote, which goes right to the heart, and you then have to sit there and slowly, line by line, analyze what does he mean? Where's the context? If you try to unpack, there's the context of the entire scriptures, huge body of scriptures. That context comes through. So thank you very much. And you know who is here? Surprise, Shailesh Bijur.
Oh.
So nice to see Shyam and Mataji
Bijur Mom.
and participate in the satsang. Thank you so much for joining us, Bijur
God
Mom.
bless
We
you,
love you.
Bijur Mama. God bless you.
Yeah, happy Ram Navami.
Happy Ram Navami.
And then Leela is here from India.
Oh.
Okay, she says.
ಲೀಲಮ್ಮ ದೇವರು ಒಳ್ಳೇದು ಮಾಡಲಿ, ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಯಿತು.
Yeah.
Happy.
She says happy Ram Navami
Ram
to
Navami.
Amma, Shyam and Radha family. Thank you for today's satsang, Ram Navami day. We are blessed. Thank you. Thank you, Leela. We appreciate it.
Thank Leela.
And then Prasanna is here. She says, Namaskara, Amma Mattu, Shamanna, Hagu Sahodari, Radhamanavariಗೆ ಈ ದಿನದ ಭಜನೆಗಳೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಬಹಳ ಸಮಧುರವಾಗಿದೆ ವಾಗಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಸಮುದ್ರವಾಗಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. My Kannada is a bit slow, and by the way, it shows up much smaller in script than English on my thing. So I have to double check my glasses. And Dinesh Bhavaji is here. Happy Ram Navami to all. So thanks for joining us, Bhavaji.
Happy Ram Navami.
Right. Shekhar Rao says, thank you for remembering that reason why that mantra is one of my favorites. Right. Your mom's name is Manorama, so that's very good. Beautiful name. Shekhar Ammal now. And then Dinesh Bhavaji says, Rama's ideal. Eka Vachana, one word. Eka Bana, one arrow. And Eka Patni Shaya. That's a very good point. I had made that point maybe a year ago or 2 years ago, something like that. Tulsidas has a bhajan like this. Wait a minute, what happened to this thing? My father used to sing this very beautifully, and one of my favorite. Eka vachana, eka bana, eka patni shaya. Tukudga Saraswatyai pada. Eka vachana, eka bana, eka patni shaya. I don't remember the whole song, but I just remember that hook, if you will. What it means, that I'm glad he brought it up. My brother-in-law, Dinesh, he says, with Rama, unlike other kings of the time, right, they used to marry as many wives as they wanted to. Not in Rama's avatar. No. It's Eka Patni, only one wife. Okay? That was Lakshmi. Okay? Only one wife. She got kidnapped. He could have married somebody else. But Dharma says, no, my Dharma is to marry only one wife. So Ekapatni Shaya. He set the standard long ago, some 7,000 years ago, if you can imagine. So Rama's ideal, Ekavachana, when he said it, he meant it, and he would always fulfill it. Okay? Only one word. He would say, I'll do this, it's done, as good as done. So Ekabana, his arrow is the same way. When he hits an arrow, it always reaches its destination. So these are all really quite amazing things. So to follow anything that Rama is doing is very hard for us. Okay? You can always say, oh, Rama was an avatar. That is true. But the idea of that avatar was to have us follow at least some of it. Because somebody needs to lead us and set an example. Rama avatar was all about that. So then Prasanna is saying, in Gaunchiti, Kannada sang. Tone ti. Prasanna Kumari mun sang. Kannada and kasale sang. ರಾಮನವಮಿ sang.
ಇವತ್ತು ರಾಮನವಮಿ ಪ್ರಸನ್ನ ಅವರೇ, ಮತ್ತು ಇದು ಭಾಳ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಡೇ, ಭಾಳ ಗ್ರೇಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಅದೇ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳ್ತಿರಲ್ವ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದು ಅದು ಬಹಳ ಸಂತೋಷದ ವಿಷಯ. ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ರಾಮಚಂದ್ರ ದೇವರು ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಕಾಪಾಡಲಿ, ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಸಂತೋಷ ಕೊಟ್ಟು, ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಕೊಟ್ಟು, ಆಯುಸ್ಸು ಕೊಟ್ಟು, ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿದ್ಯೆ ಮತ್ತು ಭಕ್ತಿ, ದೇವರ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಈಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ನಮಗೆ. ಅದರಿಂದಲೇ ನಾವು ದೇವರ ಹತ್ರ ಸೇರ್ತೇವೆ. ಮತ್ತು ದೇವರು ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ದು ಮತ್ತು ದೇವರ ಹತ್ರ ಸೇರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ದೇನೆಂದರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕೆಲಸ, ಯಾರಿಗೂ ನೋಯಿಸದೆ, ಏನೂ ಬೇಜಾರು ಮಾಡದೆ ನಾವು ದೇವರ ನಾಮಸ್ಮರಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ, ಏನೇ ಹೇಳಿ ನೀವು ರಾಮನಾಮ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರಿ. ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುವಾಗಲೂ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗಲೂ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದರೂ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಶ್ರೀರಾಮ ಜಯ ರಾಮ ಜಯ ಜಯ ರಾಮ. ಅದು ಭಾಳ ಈಸಿ ಮಂತ್ರ, ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಪವರ್ಫುಲ್ ಮಂತ್ರ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ. ಅದು ಹೇಳೋದಲ್ಲ, ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ಮ ಆತ್ಮೋದ್ಧಾರಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ದೇವರು ಜನನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಆತ್ಮ ಉದ್ಧಾರಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಳಲೇಬೇಕು. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಬೇಡ್ತೇನೆ ನಾನು. ದೇವರು ಒಳ್ಳೇದು ಮಾಡಿ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ. ರಘುರಾಮಚಂದ್ರ ಭಗವಾನಕಿ
ಜೈ. So Prasanna is saying Shri Rama Navamiya ವಿಶೇಷ ಭಜನೆ ಬಹಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಶಾಮಣ್ಣ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಅಮ್ಮ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಕೇಶವಣ್ಣನವರಿಂದ ಕೇಳಿದ ನಂತರ ಮತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಧುರ ಧ್ವನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಹಾ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯವೇ ಸರಿ. ಅಗೇನ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್. ನಮ್ಮದೇನಿಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈ ಫಾದರ್. ನಮ್ಮದು ಇದರಲ್ಲೇನಿಲ್ಲ, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅ ರಿಮೆಂಬ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಷನ್, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್. ಅನಂತ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಅಮ್ಮ ಮತ್ತು ಶಾಮಣ್ಣ. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Dinesh Babaji is actually giving me the explanation of that Pano Mahasayaka Charu Chapam in Tulsidasa's mantra. Remember we sang that earlier? He says it means holds beautiful bow and arrow in his hands. Okay? So again, that thanks for looking it up. I appreciate it. It's a beautiful mantra, very powerful. Again, we lose a lot of vibration when we translate it. We should just sing the original and keep quiet. But just to give you some feel for it, I'm trying to give you some explanation. So Geeta says, beautiful satsang. Thank you so much. Thank you, Geeta. I appreciate that. Geeta, bhai. Lorena says, thank you for this beautiful satsang. Kind regards to Radha. Much love to all. Thank you. I'll definitely convey that to Radha. In between her coughing, I mean. Coughing, my explanation, and then coughing again. But she's going to get better. Bronchitis takes a couple of weeks, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so thank you again for joining us. And now let's finish up with our traditional Tomeo Matacha. Again, the description.
God bless all.
Go to the description and we'll sing that and wrap up.
And God bless everyone.
Right. Amma says, God bless everyone.
Everyone.
Jai. We'll sing this only once, as we always do, okay? Tumeva mata cha pita tumeva bandhuscha sakha tumeva Tvameva vidya dravinam Tvameva sarvam mama deva deva Kayena vacha manasendriyarva Buddhyatmana va prakriti swabhavat. Get bit sekonuka. Karomi yadyat sakalam parasmai Narayanaayeti samarpayami. Om asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om shanti 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 loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Harihi Om. Siyavara Ramachandra ki jai, Pavana Putra Hanuman ki jai, Sadguru Maharaj ki jai. So this last part, I want to make sure that everybody sings this. If you want to see some peace in the Russia-Ukraine war and other people, causing terrorism, bombs here and there, shootings and killing and all that, let's try to pray with Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. That's all. May all be happy, be well, and be in good spirits. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. And then finally, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So thanks again for joining us. By the way, I wanted to give you a quick Patreon update. Many of you are donating to the Patreon page that we have, where we have charged $20. Many of you have participated in that. It goes right to the temple. And it's for the project of creating e-books that is sold on Amazon, converting the physical books to e-books. About 15 of them are already there. Actually, it may be a little over 15. And 4 have come in. Okay, I sent 4 additional books. That would be the end of all my books that I have. There are more books to be had. I'm going to get that from Gita and the temple. We'll get all of them done, at least that are available here in this country. There are many old books that are written in a different language, Kannada language and such, that are still in India. We'll take care of that later. But these 4 books will go up probably in the next week or 2. I have to review them and get a proper cover page and put the thank you page for all those who have donated so far to make that those books happen. So with the addition of 4 more, we will have 19 books, which is quite an accomplishment on Amazon, okay, as an ebook. And Shekhar, yes, your name has been there right from the beginning. And oh, by the way, those who have donated $20 and all that, they've had access to satsangs, live satsangs that my father did in this country that were converted from reel to reel into MP3s, and I'm further editing it and putting it on Patreon week after week. I think we have over 100 at this point because we started in second or third week of June, something like that, of 2020. So imagine every single week, without fail, I've been putting those up, and we have dozens more to go. So we'll do that. So you may be wondering, what do you do after all the books are done? We have a ton of satsang tapes that we want to convert into MP3s, digitize them, and then make it available in Patreon itself. So that project is something that we're looking at. I'm talking to people. Then after that, we have, again, you guys don't have to necessarily sponsor this, but after that, we have thousands of pictures, photos, physical photos that are in huge boxes that are sitting in my household. We want to convert them into digitized form as well. So we'll do all those projects on behalf of the temple and Vishwashanti Ashram in India. And those are the things that we are all collectively doing as a seva, as a service to the Guru and to the mission of the ashram, which is to spread these types of teachings. Okay, so that's a quick update. I wanted to also announce that next week and the following week I'm a little busy, so I'm not going to be doing the live streaming for the next 2 weeks. Look at my community page on my channel. I'll announce it. We'll probably have 1 or 2 live streams immediately following, not this coming week, not next Sunday, neither the following Sunday, but after that. Okay, so I'll do it as I can. Okay, so namaste. I'll see you in about 3 weeks.
God bless you all.